Hello everyone, and welcome to a new series I'm doing where I play Stardew Valley. Uh, for those of you who are not aware of Stardew Valley, it's a nice little farming game in the same vein as Harvest Moon and a little bit Animal Crossing. It's made by a gentleman named Concerned Ape who still updates this game for free, and he has actually recently said that he will never have us pay for any sort of update or DLC, which is really great of him. So every Saturday now I'm going to go ahead and start doing shorter Stardew Valley videos. My plan is to do 2 days in a row, 2 in-game games that is. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm just going to keep that all the same. We'll have to toy around with the sound settings once we get into the game proper. So I'm just going to go ahead. We start by making our guy right here. There's one that I always like. Yep, that right there. I love it right there. There we go. I kind of have a little bit of a mohawk in real life, so that's what I like to do. Let's go ahead and give myself some glasses. There we go. Yeah, those are old. No, there's another set of glasses. I like the first one better. Alright, let's see here. Hair color, let's try and get that into a nice blonde. There we go. And me personally, I'm a dog person. They added a whole bunch of new pets to this game. In case you're wondering, this is on PC, so it is the most updated game, or most updated version of the game. And for our favorite thing, we're going to do mead, because that's actually something we can make in the game. And I actually love mead. There's a local place that actually makes a mead in here where I live, and it is absolutely delicious, their wassail mead. And for this, we're just going to go on a standard farm, because that's actually going to give us the most build space, but there's a bunch of different ones that have a bunch of different bonuses and attractions, like you can do the mountain one right here, the hilltop, and that'll give you more ores and mining that you can do, but we're not going to do mining. For this game, we are just going to do kind of whatever we want, and I will get into why later, but first, let's watch the intro. And for my very special grandson, I want you to have the sealed envelope. No, don't open it yet. Have patience. Now, listen close. There will come a day when you feel crushed by the burden of modern life. And your bright spirit will fade before a growing emptiness. When that happens, my boy, you'll be ready for this gift. Now let Grandpa rest. XX years later, because we don't know how old we actually are in this game, because space is warped and time is bendable here. Let's face it, I think this is really why people love this game, is because the whole start of like, oh, you're going to work for a crushing corporation, and you just need to escape somewhere where you can be left alone. I think that speaks to a lot of people. And of course, I'm sure everyone has played this game has pointed out the skeleton right there. Someone literally died in the workplace. And they didn't replace them, because capitalism. And we open our drawer. Dear Zachryo, if you're reading this, you must be in dire need of a change. The same thing happened to me long ago. I'd lost sight of what mattered most in life, real connections with other people and nature, so I dropped everything and moved to the place I truly belong. I've enclosed the deed to that place, my pride and joy, Zachryo Farm. It's located in Stardew Valley on the southern coast. It's the perfect place to start your new life. This was my most precious gift of all, and it's yours. I know you'll honor the family name, my boy. Good luck. Love, Grandpa. P.S. If Lewis is still alive, say hi to the old guy for me, will ya? Yeah, normally there'd be music. I usually play with the music off. I will turn everything on, but I'll probably lower the master volume because I know from my experience with Talos Principle that the games can often be louder than my voice. Which, by the way, if you saw that first episode of the Talos Principle, I am sorry for the sound quality on that. Hello, you must be Zaccario. I'm Robin, the local carpenter. Mayor Lewis sent me to fetch you and show you the way to your new home. He's there right now, tidying things up for your arrival. The farm's right over here if you'll follow me. This is Zaccario Farm. What's the matter? Sure, it's a bit overgrown, but there's some good soil underneath that mess. With a little dedication, you'll have it cleaned up in no time. Yeah, I'll remove all the trees and then, ruin the quality of the soil because there's no root structure, and then it'll flood the town. And here we are, your new home. Ah, the new farmer. Welcome, I'm Lewis, mayor of the town. Oh yeah, by the way, my dead grandpa says hi. Everyone's been asking about you. It's not every day that someone new moves in. It's quite a big deal. So, you're moving into your grandfather's old cottage. It's a good house, very rustic. Rustic, that's one way to put it. Crusty might be a little more apt, though. Rude! Don't listen to her, Zaccario. She's just trying to make you dissatisfied so that you buy one of her house upgrades. Anyway, you must be tired from your long journey. You should get some rest. Tomorrow you ought to explore the town a bit and introduce yourself. Townspeople would appreciate that. Oh, I almost forgot. If you have anything to sell, just place it in this box here. I'll come by during the night to collect it. Well, good luck. Alright, so let's start by changing some options here. So, a little bit of sound. Let's keep the sound volume at half. We'll try that for now. And footstep volume I'm going to keep low. You guys don't want to hear my footsteps. That's done. There we go. You've received 15 parsnips. Here's a little something to get you started. Mayor Lewis. So one thing you want to do every day is check the TV for the weather. You get tomorrow's weather. God forbid you have like a 5-day forecast. It's going to be clear and sunny all day tomorrow. Great. Then you want the fortune teller. Ah, yes, I can hear the spirits whispering something to me. The spirits are somewhat annoyed today. Luck will not be on your side. And that actually does affect things in the game. So if you're trying to, find the ladder in Skull Cavern, which, you'll see when I get to that later, it will affect whether or not that actually appears in a given rock. Living off the land. Welcome to Living Off the Land. We're back again with another tip for y'all. Now listen up. This one's for all you greenhorns out there. Chop wood and search for wild forage to earn some cash while waiting for your first harvest. Alright, and the other thing is if you have a fireplace, you can set the fireplace. Keep that place nice and cozy. Alright. So my goals for this game is I'm not necessarily going to try and beat the game or get the community feature done by the second year. I mean, hopefully I can, but it's not going to be my goal. This is just going to be like a nice little Bob Ross style stream where I just kind of enjoy things and you can watch me build the farm that I want to build. I think my personal goals for this particular farm are I want to get a lot of beehives going so that I can get basically a meadery going. and I want to adopt all the dogs. It used to be you could only have whatever dog or cat you started with at the beginning, and then he updated it to where now once you get, I think it's a max affection with your pet, your starting pet, you can basically earn a bunch of money, buy a license, and then you can buy essentially watering holes for more pets. So you can have basically a whole bunch of cats and a whole bunch of dogs. Me, I'm a dog person, so we're going to have so many puppers on our farm. I think I'm going to up the music a tiny bit, because usually there's background music going on, I think. Okay. One thing I do recommend when you start playing this is in the options. There's an option for a hitbox, and that's going to be really useful so you don't necessarily waste you know, a bunch of time and effort trying to hit something and line it up. You just have to see, box there, wherever you have a box, that's where it's going to hit. Until then, our first order of business is we want a bunch of wood, because we need to make a chest to keep all of our goodies in, because we are already at capacity. Gotta love that little popping sound as you gather everything. And I'm also going to use this series to kind of practice my editing. I'm sure you saw for the Talos Principle, I don't really edit things all that much. I mostly make the recording, I kind of chop off the beginning and the end, and then that's usually just good enough for me. And that's just because, part of it is because, you know, I haven't really learned too much about it. I usually just chop off the ends. But at the same time, it's also a blind playthrough. And so, you know, I want you guys to be able to see me, you know, fail time and time again as I try and mess with those puzzles and overlook the obvious solution as you all yell at me like, no, no, you do it that way. Alright. So we have our starting crops planted. And you have a little quest log here, or journal, excuse me, but it's basically a quest log. So you see your first quest is always going to be to meet people. We've greeted 2 out of 28 of them, and that is Robin and Mayor Lewis at the beginning. They count automatically. And then our second quest is, because we've got the parsnip, we're going to harvest a parsnip. So we've got those going. Now the other thing is, when I go around and I don't particularly have a specific thing I want to do, I always take either the sword or the scythe, whatever my weapon is going to be, and then I will take the hoe. And the hoe, you will see why. And actually, here's a good example. So you'll see right here, we've got that little wiggly bit in the ground. So we take our hoe, chop it up, and we found some carrot seeds. It's not always going to be carrot seeds. It's everything from books to artifacts to sometimes various seasonal things. Like you'll see here, we just picked up a daffodil. And then we have a leek here. There's other seasons where there's certain items that you have to use a hoe to dig them out of the ground. Alright, so let's go ahead. And again, I'm just kind of going to do what I want. I'm not necessarily going to go for every quest every time. But we're just going to have fun with this. And so here, you see the calendar. You have birthdays. When you give someone a gift on their birthday, and it's a gift, and it has to be a gift they like, not one they don't like, you get a little bit of extra affection with them. You can also see holidays like the Egg Festival or events like the Bookseller. Don't know what that is. If I had to guess, that might be a fishing competition, but we'll find out when we get to that. That's kind of a new one. Oh, here we go. So this is Gus here. He runs the Star Drop Saloon. Well, hello there. I'm Gus, chef, the owner of the Star Drop Saloon. Stop in if you need any refreshments. I've always got hot coffee and cold beer ready. Yeah, so there you go. And this is usually a job posting. It's usually just for an item. This can be hit or miss sometimes, because sometimes they'll ask for like a fish that you can only get when it's raining, and it'll usually be raining that day. But then if you don't get it that day and it's sunny the next day, you're locked out. Or there's someone like Elliot, who is a complete recluse, and will ask for something, and then if it rains on the day you need to get it to him, he will be locked in his house, and if you have less than 2 stars, you can't get into his house. Ah, here we go, and my favorite person to marry in this game, Abigail. Oh, that's right, I heard someone new was moving into the old farm. It's kind of a shame, I really enjoyed exploring those overgrown fields myself. Don't worry, we'll marry you and then you can explore them again. Hey, it's Mr. Zaccario, the new farmer. I'm Pierre, owner of this local general store. If you're looking for seeds, my shop is the place to go. I'll also buy produce from you for a good price. A little agriculture can really inject new life into a local economy. Ah, Mayor Lewis told me you just arrived. I'm Marnie. I sell livestock and animal care products at my ranch. You should swing by sometime. Well, that's going to be a while, because it's going to be a while before we get animals. That's kind of down the road. Okay, it looks like Carol isn't in. This can be the one frustrating part of the game is, you know, the villagers go about their daily routines, and they actually have set schedules based on what's going on. So if you are looking for someone specific and you do not have their schedule committed to memory, you're going to have a hard time finding them. There we go, we got some music now. And this is Harvey, he's the local doctor. Is life difficult sometimes? Do you have trouble? Oh, I think I hit that. I'm like, okay, Harvey, it's kind of weird. You're just trying to sell me drugs all of a sudden. Here's Leah. She's a hard one because she's usually either out in like the forest or by her cabin. The other thing I'm doing for this run is I am not going to use the wiki. There are some things I have memorized, like I know Mayor Lewis loves parsnips, so we are going to keep that parsnip for his first birthday gift. But other villagers, I do not know their likes and dislikes as well. Fishing especially is going to be a tough one because I do not recognize all fish. Ah, here's the other recluse. Hi, Elliot. I'm Elliot. I live in a little cabin by the beach. It's a pleasure to meet you. And you can extend the beach here. If you go there, it'll say 300 pieces of wood. And this area on the right here, that is good for finding things like coral and urchins. Less so on the main beach here. But those can be a nice little, source of income that's easy to get to. I gotta love the nice little podunk music. This is Emily. She's absolutely bat crazy. Oh, I can read it on your face. You're gonna love it here in Pelican Town. If you're ever looking for something to do in the evening, stop by the saloon. That's where I work. Okay, coming on a little strong there, Emily. Yes, and the tradition of when you move to a new town, you say hi to just random kids, because that's not creepy at all. I think I'm going to lower the music just a tad. It's a little loud. There we go. I think that'll be good. If it ends up being too loud, well, I'll know when I do the first episode. Ah, here we go. There's Jody. And she is Sam and, I forgot the little kid's mom. Not Elliot. We have the kid I just talked to. Hold on. Yeah, you can always double check here. So you have everyone's name, you have their affection level. You can only give them 2 gifts. You can give them 1 gift a day and 2 gifts a week. And you can only really talk. I mean, you can talk to them multiple times, but you only get credit for talking to them once per day once, and that's going to boost things up a little bit. Vincent, there we go. She's Vincent and Sam's mother. Yeah, Vincent's not really that important. Let's say hi to the nice old lady here. Hello, hello, and welcome to our little community, dear. You can call me Granny if you like. Okay, Granny, you got it. Here we go. It must be irritating to meet all these new people. Yeah, you have no idea. It's hard to find him half the time. Name's George, by the way, now buzz off. Yes, sir. And yeah, Alex is working out. Get the Ben Swallow thing going. Here we go. Here's probably the person I married the second most from this game. That's Penny. She is just so nice and wholesome. Clint. Clint is infamous in this game. Mostly because he has a crush on Emily, but at the same time he's really shy and then he gets really creepy about it. Oh, that's just Abigail again. Here we go. Bezos Cola. And let's say hi to Pam. She's the town drunk. Don't be a jerk and we'll get along fine. You know what? That should be good for everyone. That's a good rule. Just don't be a jerk and you can get along with people. Yep. Also good advice. Do not bother people with personal stuff when they're on the clock too much because they got work to do and their bosses don't like it and that can get them in trouble. And that's the other thing too, is like especially with me, I like to focus and zero in on my work. And here's Jeff Bezos' evil twin. Welcome to JojaMod. How are you doing? I don't believe we've met. I'm Morris, Joja Customer Satisfaction Representative. When you decide you want to become a Joja member, I'll be delighted to make your transition a joyous experience. Yeah, JojaMart isn't even worth it on so many levels. The only time I end up buying from JojaMart is when I don't realize it's Wednesday and Pierre has his shop closed on Wednesdays, and that's always annoying, especially when you're trying to get like crops done on the timetable. Yeah, and we're just gonna take living off the land's advice and seed forage. We're just gonna take it. The daffodils at the park are free. You do not have to buy them. They're free daffodils. The other good thing is stock up on daffodils, because if you don't know what to give a given villager, flowers are actually a good way to go, regardless of where they are. Oh, hey, let's say hi to Robin. We've already met her, but let's say hi anyway. Yeah, here we go. And here's Demetrius. He is probably my second or third most hated character. Let's see if we can catch Sebastian and or Maru inside. Nope. And Sebastian's probably in his room. Yeah, he's in his room. He's the other hard one because he will stay in his room until like the afternoon, and then he's out for maybe an hour, and then he's back inside. Here we go. Another leak. And this is blocked off for now. That'll get cleared later. It's a story event. Good old Linus. A stranger, hello. Don't mind me, I just live out here all alone. It's kind of sad, but he chooses to live like this. Like, let's be clear, he's not just like some homeless guy. He's doing that willingly. Oh. You know what, that would be perfect if it wasn't for the fact that I'm pretty sure the museum closes at 6. So we are just going to go ahead, we're just going to set that aside for now. And then we will donate that as our first donation to the museum. And there's also usually a lot of good forage around here. We're just not going to worry about that right now. Alright, let's cut our way back to our shack. Alright, let's also make the most of our time here, because we do have a little bit of energy left. You do want to make sure that your energy bar here in the bottom right doesn't get completely empty. If you go into the 0 or negative, you'll be exhausted and then you only have half as much energy the next day. So definitely maintain your energy wisely. Actually, yeah, let's be smart. Diversify our crops. going to go ahead and just do as much as we can before getting exhausted. Yeah, we're starting to get low on energy. Okay, we're going to call it here. So now, I'm going to dump all of our tools in. I'm going to pull a few things out. We're going to see if we can build anything nice. Okay, so you know what, let's build a nice little kind of... Okay, well, it's not going to be very big at first, but let's go ahead. So we'll have that as like a pathway. There we go. And you know, we're just going to keep this here for now. So let's see, who else do we need to say hello to? It's probably going to be a while. So we got Lewis. Okay, so I think we got most of them. We actually can't meet him until tomorrow. But until then, for this day, it's now 8:30 p.m. on only 24 energy, so that's pretty much as good as it's going to get. So we're going to go ahead and call it our first day today. And I'm going to do about 2 days of filming at a time. That should be about roughly a half hour, minus, you know, like when you go in the inventory and the time stops. Or in this case, you know, rain on the third day. It always rains on the third day. I've never had it not rain on the third day here. Spirits are mildly perturbed today. Luck will not be on your side. Man, I really pissed off those spirits, didn't I? Oh, and you've got mail. Advertisement. I keep finding cool stuff, but my backpack is full. Does this sound like you? Well, Pierre's got you covered. Stop by Pierre's General Store today and check out our affordable 24-size backpack. See you soon. Hello there. Just got back from a fishing trip, wee boy. You should come down to the beach sometime. I've got something for you. Willie. Alright, well, that sounds like a nice invitation, so we'll just start by watering our crops. So that is incredibly important. Fill it up here. I always just fill my water can up at the end of watering my plants, just because it's a smart thing to do, because then you don't have to waste energy for the next day. You can see here is the beach. Oh, we have a job posting. Let's see what we can do for money. Trying to keep the Varda fishing alive, I'll pay 90 gold to any fisherman who catches 3 sunfish. Good luck. Well, you know what a coincidence, because that's the thing that Willie has for us, our Stardew fishing rod. I'm gonna lower that. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems very loud. It just seems very loud, and last thing I want is for it to be loud for the whole video. Ahoy there, son. Heard there was a newcomer in town. Good to finally meet ya. I'm still trying to unwind from a month out on the salty sea. It was a big haul. I sold a lot of good fish. Finally saved enough for me to buy a new rod. Here, I want you to have me old fishing rod. It's important to me that the art of fishing stays alive, and hey, maybe you'll buy something from the shop once in a while. There's good water here in the valley, all kinds of fish. Oh yeah, my shop's back open now, so come by if you need supplies. I'll also buy anything you catch. If it smells, it sells. Hehe, that's what old Pappy used to say anyway. Willie, your Pappy was a really, really weird person. Literally no one says that. Alright, so here we have Willie. Now here's the thing, when it comes to selling items, the first thing you're always going to want to sell, you're going to want to ship it if it's farm or forage. Because basically this is kind of like another collection. Anytime you ship something, it's going to show up here, and that's something that you can sell. But with the fish, you catch them. The second you catch them, they show up here, including seaweed, because as we all know, seaweed is a fish. Same thing with artifacts and minerals. So, artifacts and minerals, you can sell those right away to Quinn. Fish, you can sell those right away to Willie. With the produce, if you need money right away and you've already sold one of it through the shipping container, just go to Pierre's and sell it. It's the same amount of money, it happens just a little bit faster. Get some more ones. Alright, and whenever you find lost books, they go directly into the library. So you saw that first one, that's always there by default. And I just leveled up foraging, I think, because I picked up a clam. Now let's get working on those sunfish. So fishing is the unique thing in this game, and a lot of people hate the minigame. I actually like it. I'm pretty dang good at it, I think. But like a lot of fishing, you're gonna cast. How long you keep that bar open determines how far you cast. And then better rods cast further. And so you get that little exclamation, you get hit, and then every time you click, the bar goes up, and then if you don't click, it starts going down. Now that first one is always going to be different, because that catching bar on the side will not deteriorate. You'll notice when I go to do a second one, when I do a catch, if my bar is not over the fish, then the progress bar is going to go down. See going down, it's over the fish, and it goes up. And it gets harder, but once you get better rods, and once you start using things like bait, it gets really easy. So I really don't understand why people complain so much about it. It's one of those things where it's hard at first, yes, but it's also worthwhile to do it. It's fun. It's never, like, especially later when you're trying to do the legendary fish, I think that would be so disappointing if you just, cast and then caught it, because there are mods where you can just cast it and catch it right away. Okay, that's garbage. See, pretty easy. You just keep clicking, and harder fish move around faster. That's just kind of to be expected. I think a lot of people get frustrated with this game. Oh, hold on. I forgot to talk to the little girl. Take this opportunity, talk to her. She's very shy, she just says hi. Because wouldn't you be shy if just some random stranger that just moved into town started talking to you when you were a little girl on your own just walking down the street? It's just funny to think about. It's a weird game. It makes sense in the context of the game, because this is a wholesome game, but at the same time it's like, that is not how reality works. And sometimes there's a chest, and you can go and catch the chest, and then go back to catching the fish. You're just going to make sure that you get the chest completed before you catch the fish. So let's see what we got. We got bait. And sadly, we cannot use bait with our current rod, but that's not going to be a huge problem, because, for now, we're just going to be catching the weaker stuff. We don't need Iridium's quality sunfish, we just need any sunfish. Oh, goody, wood. So I need so much of that. And the other thing is that as your fishing levels up, your catch bar gets bigger, so again, it gets easier, you just have to keep doing it. let's go ahead and drink the soda that we got from the river. Nice and algae filled. It does increase your energy though, so you might as well. Out of 3. One more. Come on, big money, big money. Man, how bad is Joja Cola that we are fishing up unopened cans from the river? There we go. So we got our sunfish. We're gonna head back to Willy. Because the other thing is, so when you ever get a quest like this one's on a timer. And if you click it, it says 2 days. The day you get it counts as day 1. The day after counts as day 2. If you don't do it by the end of day 2, you will not get the reward. Which means that you also have to figure out where you need to go. So in this case, it says return to Willy. Some quests, you just do it and it's fine. Those are usually like the bigger ones because eventually there's going to be a job board that's a little bigger and it's like cut 100 wood and you cut 100 wood and it's fine. So always remember to read your contract. Leg advice from the supplier. Always read your contract and know what your obligations are. So in this case, we just returned to Willy. Hey, you succeeded, Sakryo. The sunfish is an exciting catch, don't you think? They're always hiding in the most peculiar places. Yeah, river's very peculiar to find a fish at. Well, here's your reward, congratulations. So when we go there, you'll see it says done, and we get to keep the fish, which is good, because now we're just going to take Willy for everything he's worth. Because again, we've caught it, it's in our records, so we're just going to go, and we're going to sell everything we can. Boom, we're up to 980 gold. I'm not exactly sure what kind of currency they call it. It just says G, but it's basically gold. Let's face it, it's D&D gold. It's called what do you want, it's gold. Alright, so let's see. Oh, we need to find out who we need introductions for. Because we did get Jazz. Ah, so you see Maru's in her little nurse outfit. So we know she's going to be at the doctor's office where she works. That's a little hack. Same thing with Sam, is if you see him with the Joja mark thing on, it'll count towards him. And of course he's working out. Kid does nothing but work out. Here we go. Oh, you're the one that just moved in. I'm Maru. I've been looking forward to meeting you. You know, a small town like this, a new face can really alter the community dynamic. It's exciting. Yeah, if you insist. Yeah, maybe it's just me, maybe it's because I'm an introvert, but it just seems really weird to me that everyone is so excited to meet you. Except for basically her and, what's his face? He's the other town drunk. Shane, yeah. Her and Shane are basically the only 2 people that are, like, less than enthused to meet you. And I guess Sebastian a little bit too, but he's not as aggressive about it. Like, watch this. Oh, you're that new farmer boy, aren't you? Huh. Oh, I'm Haley. If it weren't for those horrendous clothes you're wearing, you might actually be cute. Nice backhanded compliment. And that's why Haley, I give her a wide berth. You know, I pretty much don't get any affection with her unless I do bounty for things, because that's the other big way that you're going to be able to, you know, get affection with people. So there's certain ones, like, Shane doesn't like to talk to people, that's fine. He will literally tell you to go away until you're at, like, 3 or 4 hearts or something like that. Which is fine. You know what, if someone doesn't want to be bothered, do not bother them. More life advice from Sakryo. You don't know what they're going through. Maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe they just don't like talking to people. Speaking of... Oh, you just moved in, right? Cool. Out of all the places you could live, you chose Pelican Town. Which again, he's not very, like, aggressively antisocial, but I get it. He just doesn't understand the appeal of this town. But before I forget, we're going to head down to the museum and make our first donation, because I forgot we have that awesome. Here we go. Best girl. I'm not in the mood right now. Okay, yep. Like the license bite I gave. Don't be snooping around the trailer when I'm out. Got it? Yes, ma'am. Sorry, I gotta be cautious of strangers. Okay, she knows what's up. She's not aggressive, but she knows, like, okay, we don't know who this guy is. For all we know, he could be a serial killer. Like, honestly, don't I look like a serial killer right now with those glasses? Oh, that is not the museum. Abysmal. Not a single piece in the entire collection. What's this? You found something. Let me see it. Remarkable. It's very old. I'd love to study this in greater detail. What is yours? I've got a favor to ask you. Would you consider donating any new artifacts or minerals that we want? We could make a groundbreaking discovery together. Oh, and who knows, if you keep donating, I might come across some interesting items to send your way. Think about it, will you? If you decide to donate, just bring the objects to the front desk. And to be honest, a lot of the items he gives you are not that great, but some of them are actually worth it. Especially if you get the ancient fruits, those will grow year-round, basically. Journal updated. Geology, 250 gold. Let's see what that book we found was. A book by Marty. Animals are very sensitive. They like to be pet every day and prefer to eat grass outdoors than dry hay. They don't like being outside in the rain, though. Happy animals produce better quality products. Which, again, animals are a long way away in this game. So we just need Alex. Let's see if we can stalk Alex. Oh, perfect. He's right there. Oh, hey, so you're the new guy, huh? Cool. I'll see you around. Okay, see, he's nice and friendly. And our next objective is to give someone a gift. So, you know what? Hold on. Let's see if she's still there. Yeah, see here, watch this. We didn't see it because he was in Jojo Mart before. What do you want? Go away. Okay, he doesn't want to be bothered. That's fair. Let's see. It said to give it to someone. Let's see if we can find Abigail. Oh, she's another one. Yeah, you can't go into someone's room until you have 2 stars or 2 hearts with them. So, I'm not gonna really bother right now. Sometimes I get new items in stock, so be sure to stop by here so often. It's a lot of work on a shop. And of course, his affordable backpack is 2,000 gold. Which, I mean, we're almost there, but at the same time, it's like, I feel that's kind of absurd on the face of it that a backpack is that much. But it is what it is. It's his shop, he gets to set the prices. And it's not like Jojo Mart is offering a backpack, I'll tell you that. I'm gonna drop these in the shipping box, just so that when we get to... So once they get shipped tomorrow, we're gonna see them here. I believe that's the daffodil and that's the leek. So you'll see them right there. Until then, let's go ahead and use some of the remainder of our energy. We didn't use a whole lot today. Let's see if we can get maybe one more tree in. And there we go. Just nice. So yeah, so you'll start to get that exhausted message like right around. 'Cause that much energy left. Let's go ahead. And use some of the remainder of our energy. We didn't use a whole lot today. So yeah, so you'll start to get that exhausted message like right around that much energy left. Let's go ahead. all that stuff back in. Let's see if we can make a little more finished section here. I always like to do that. This way, you can keep the river open. Then I also like to align the fence like that. There. There we go. That's a nice start, and we'll do kind of a walkway around the edge here, or at least we will at some point. It's starting to get late for today. Put all of our two buses. I also like to hit the organize button because it kind of keeps things by what they are. So you get all your tools up front here, then you get some resources, and you have some forage. So it's a nice little method to kind of keep things organized. But on that note, that's going to be the end of day 2, and we're going to go ahead and call it a part here. So let's go ahead and, actually, we'll go ahead and go big the next day. Okay, so we can see we leveled up with foraging. So axe proficiency, which means we're going to use less energy every time we use that. Trees sometimes drop seeds, which is important because then you can grow trees for maple syrup, pine tar, and God, what's the other one? Maple syrup, pine tar, oak resin. There we go. You can create wild seeds once you have the right types of forage. You can make field snacks, which is actually a really good early game thing because you can use those to recover some energy. And then we got just one proficiency with our rod. And we didn't make a whole lot of money, but you know what? 90 gold to 90 gold. You can see what you get here for each one. If we had higher quality ones, you can see how much more they're worth. So we're going to hit OK. Alright, you can see it's raining, but again, if you go into collections, you'll see here, this will tell you how much the default quality is worth. So you'll see here it's 60 for a leek, 30 for a daffodil. It's not going to tell you how much the quality is worth if you get a higher quality than that, but it also gives you a good baseline, because when you start making things into other things, it's based on the base amount, so 60 or 30 respectively. Not that we make any artisan goods out of these two, but if this was, say, a fruit, then the price of jelly or the price of wine is going to be based on that 60. So that's a good thing to know going forward. But otherwise, we're going to call it a part here. Thanks to the way this game saves, it just saves whenever you wake up. So when you see me the next time, I'll just be walking out of bed to the same situation with no loss of time. It'll be 6 and not 6:20. So until then, this is Sakurai saying, have a great weekend. Thank you very much, and goodbye.